Okay, so it is about 2:30 in the afternoon. I've actually realised that as real estate agents, we spend a hell of a lot of time in our cars. We really do. I have not been in the office yet. I have been running since probably about 8 o'clock this morning in appointments. I had a photo shoot, then I had an open home at a beautiful property in Clontarf. It actually was originally a private inspection, and then I do these things called pop-up opens, which I think is really quite clever. If the private buyer doesn't mind, then I will do what's called a pop-up open, and I will run an open home. And so instead of having just the one buyer, again, I always check in with the buyer, because sometimes with the premium properties, the buyer does want to come through on their own, and I totally understand and respect that. But we ended up having another 2 really good groups come through the property, which is great. Obviously, we work for the vendor, so I do those pop-up opens quite a lot. And then I have had another appointment in the middle there. Now I'm heading to North Curl to meet with a really good client of mine. Then I'm off to do a massive appraisal at 2:30. Then I've got my podcast at 4 o'clock, and then I will eventually end up in the office at about 5 o'clock. So that'll be the first time that I'll actually get to sit at my desk today and play catch up. I'm trying to get a property exchanged as well. The market's actually been really active this week. So again, I know I talk about stock levels and buyers and all that sort of stuff, but stock levels are really low now on the northern beaches. So we are starting to see buyers start to react quite quickly, and they're getting a little bit nervous. But let's talk about lunch. So I actually was heading from Clontarf to an appointment as I was driving back to Curl, and I've pulled into Harris Farm and picked up a really yummy pumpkin pasta salad. But this is about the reality of it. I know people think that as real estate agents, we actually get to go out to two-headed restaurants for lunch, but that just never happens. It rarely happens. In fact, most of the time I am sitting here in my car having lunch on my phone, doing phone calls, and I'm actually just looking at my passenger chair and just thinking that is a disaster. So it really is like a little moving home, to be honest with you. I've got my nuts, I've got strawberries for later if I want a snack. I've got my tissues because I've been sick. I've got man flu, as many of you will know. But it is quite incredible as to how long we spend so much time in our car. It's actually pretty incredible. It becomes an office most of the time. It's obviously a vehicle, but it's a place where we do an enormous amount of work. We spend a lot of time on our phones. Anyway, so that's it. That's life today. It's again, it's a busy day. I'm really sick of using the word busy. Every day is like that. It's just how it is in real estate. I often say the harder you work, the luckier you get, and that is the truth. Yeah. So here at 2:30, and it's a great day though. I love what I do. I genuinely love what I do. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and I'll see you all soon.